has recent economic growth affected the lives of the citizens of Georgetown?
Well, the economic growth that we have had recently with the oil bonanza and the benefit of those oil, it's a centrally directed set of resources. We know that there have been significant investments in roads, in healthcare, in housing, in other in different sectors, in either agriculture or wherever, to treat with that bonanza and to allow for greater investment in other sectors, let's say to improve agriculture and to make us more competitive. That has not drizzled down to everyone. We have a normal.
So, looking at what has happened in the last recent years with, the oil and gas industries starting to take root. I mean, we've always had extractive industries in Guyana. I mean, colonialism, like that is what it was based on. Development and this narrative of, isn't this the best thing that has ever happened to us Guyanese, and everybody should be so happy and thankful and grateful and on board this oil and gas extractive train. And I'm someone who's like, no, that I'm not on that train. I did not give permission for this train to leave the station. So that was a lawsuit about flaring, because Exxon, so Esso, this is the local subsidiary of Exxon, so they had started oil production, off-site in the oceans without having this key piece of equipment, which was to capture the natural gas that was part of the extractive process. It was some kind of compressor. So they had it, but then it broke or it was faulty, and they didn't get it fixed right away. It took a long time for it to get fixed, and while it was not being used, they flared. They were flaring huge amounts of methane in particular.
Because if anything should happen, I mean, sometimes we just put money in front. That is what blinds a lot of people, even leaders of a country. Money is not all. I keep saying this as an indigenous leader. Sometimes if there's an oil spill, it would disrupt the environment there, the ocean, the rivers, and the fishes that people depend on. Everybody does not live in the city. Everybody do not earn a monthly salary. So that is how people are going to be affected. And that is what's happening right now. People talk about economic boom in the country, this country economy is growing so many percent, but do the people really benefit? No, I would say no, they does not really benefit, only certain percentage of the people. Because as you would see, these roads, there's a lot of road construction here. I mean, I don't have a vehicle, I don't have need for proper road. What I see should be priority as a citizen of this country. I think the government should really try to look into the health system, because we have public hospital and a lot of indigenous people would come and they would suffer. Even the Guyanese population here, they don't have that money to access public hospitals, but a lot of public hospitals, private hospitals are springing up, or they're being built, whereas focus is not really on the public hospital where the poor people would go to seek medical attention. Big hotels, another example I would tell you. A poor man like me can't afford to sleep in a hotel, so who are they building the hotel for? My pocket can't afford to sleep in a hotel, so the big people. So the oil companies, they have the expertise, they have the skills. Who getting the work? Is it the indigenous people, is it the Guyanese people? It takes long for them to get into the system, to understand the work. So they bring in foreigners. They're pocketing the money and they go in and develop their already developed countries. And we still remain the same. And we've heard that before this thing came into play, that learning from other countries, like African countries, we've learned that They exploited a lot of oil, but instead of these countries being developed, they left them poorer than how they were before. You know, so these were some of my concerns. Yeah, so that is it on the carbon credit scheme.